Don't forget, we have another game coming up. Stay tuned for Fully Feared versus New Force Basketball coming up on the other side. And we're moments away from our next contest of the afternoon, game 2. It'll be New Force taking on Fully Feared. New Force in the red unis, Fully Feared in the yellow. So moments away from the opening tip-off. As always, we encourage everyone to get social with us on IG, follow on Facebook, and of course, subscribe to the Warriors Thailand YouTube channel. All right, little housekeeping before opening tip-off. And we're underway. And a 3 to start things off by Fully Feared. Coming back the other end. That doesn't drop. Some sharp-looking uniforms. Another 2-man game. Long 3 opportunity. That drops home again. Robinson cooking a little bit in the early going right now. Coming right back the other end with a 3 of their own. So 6-3, game starting to sizzle. Like see these shots dropping. Very athletic, both teams. Stanford the other end, knocking down 3. And a jailbreak opportunity for Fully Feared. They want to go right back inside. Nope, they're going to give it up. Unselfish, can't finish the bunny. Little loose change tipped around. Another 3. New Force. It's going to be a foul on the floor. So, little phonetic pace to start things off. 5-3, Fully Feared up by 2 early on in this first quarter. And we want to make sure, too, for the viewing audience, we have all the accurate numbers. You know, the one uniqueness, too, of the league, I mean, you got some really sharp-looking uniforms. You really do. And some great nicknames. So, Fully Feared. They'll swing it and skip it, catch and shoot one more time. Both teams, pretty impressive from beyond the arc. 7-6. New Force. Look inside. Fully Feared wants to get out. You know, you can see already they got some really nice sharpshooters. You know, we always say you live by the 3 and die by the 3. But so far, they're definitely knocking down their shots as they lead this one by 3, 8-5. Catch and shoot, thought about it. That's a long step back. Little hop, skip, and a jump. It's a 3-point lead right now. Coming right back the other end. Little carelessness. So a couple bad turnovers over the last minute plus 7:25 to go in this first frame. Fully Feared moving right to left. Up by 3. Left hand glides in. That's another soft lay-in. And Robinson's a player to watch for Fully Feared. So you lead it by 5, 10-5. Tried to back tap it, get his own rebound. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, though, on New Force, and it is. So 35 is a player to watch for Fully Feared. Very versatile. 6'8". Going to get the late whistle and the contact. Jordan Robinson, nicknamed Big Euro. And certainly well traveled. In and out. So Walker can't convert. An air ball and a jailbreak, an opportunity. Look out. A missed layup, but contact one more time. 5:45 to go in this first quarter. 10-7. Fully Feared up by 3. Johnson, Walker, Robinson, Green, Halea on the floor for Fully Feared. Start things off. Smith, Lee, Logan, Stanford on the floor for New Force. And of course, 6'6". Raja, very good player from France. 11-7. Fully Feared by 4. New Force working inside, pick up the dribble, and it's going to go back the other way. 3-second violation. So, little inauspicious start. Both teams' first couple possessions were able to knock down from beyond the arc. Now things are starting to settle in. 5:25 to go in this opening stanza. 11-7. Fully Feared up by 4. And a two-man game. Look out! And an easy flush to the tin. Way too easy right there. Coming back the other end, gliding through with the right hand. And stolen away. So a bad turnover by Fully Feared, and see if New Force can take advantage of it. Down 4, 13-9. But you see the athleticism of both squads. And Stanford is, right now he's he's the offense for New Force. Number 7. Nice look. I don't know what it is about the Bunnies today that these teams can't finish. And another jailbreak and a flush. Coming back. Fully Feared. So the transitional buckets like that, 15-9, 6-point lead. Another turnover. A little wild out of control there. I don't know if there's, moisture, humidity. The floor starts to get a little moist, a little sticky. Guys are slipping and sliding all over the place. seeing some at this point, even though it's the first quarter, a little ugly basketball. I want these teams to start settling down a little bit, and I think they will. It does take time too for some of these players, especially if you're coming from the States, you're going overseas for the first time. You want to get your body acclimated. It takes a little time. Get used to the time difference. Whether you're there, a couple weeks in advance, a month in advance, you're still trying to get your bearings because you might be in a very unfamiliar place. 18-9, fully feared up. 3:30 to go. And Deal's a player to watch for New Force. They're very guard heavy. They can, obviously, these guards can handle the rock. Mikal Deal, 5'8" guard, American-born player. Calvin Lee, 5'10", number 8, American-born player. Burnett, another guard, 6'2". And Smith, off balance. Javon Smith, another good-looking guard as well, athletic. Stolen away, jailbreak opportunity, 2-on-1, and count it off the glass. So a couple bad turnovers right now, fully feared that had that nice little cushion. And a little burst right here from New Force trailing by 7, and then boom, just like that. It's another foul. So it's a 6-point lead right now for fully feared. Clock continues to wind down. Under 2 to go in this first quarter. You are new to Warriors League Thailand. 4 10-minute quarters, 2 minutes in between, 5-minute intermission. We'll give you real-time stats as well as the game goes on. See Smith right now. Gives it up. Over to Burnett. Burnett looking for a little help. 2-man game. One more time. The Frenchman can't control it. It's going to go out of bounds. But there is a substantial amount of pick and roll. And Raja will go to the line for 2. We saw that in the first game, a game in which the Titans led by 19, ultimately won it by 7, 87-80 over the Sun Devils. Knocks home the first. The second rattles home 17-12. It's a 5-point lead for fully feared. Moving right to left. Robinson's been the catalyst. A nice soft lay-in with the left hand, uncontested. Robinson with 8 in this opening stanza. It's a strong move. So the size has been the difference, 21-13. Under 2 to play in this first quarter. Another opportunity at the line. Get some easy points. 1 of 2. 22-13, fully feared up. $1:35 to go. Smith trying to create, picks up the dribble. Doesn't fall for Stanford. Fully Feared now. Wants to get out. Off balance. Shot off the glass. Doesn't drop. Long outlet and an easy lay-in. Transitional bucket. And then coming right back down the other end. Those are kind of turnovers you just don't want early on in a game. They can kind of set the tone. 22-15. Wow, back-to-back-to-back turnovers. And a look inside. That was a bad sequence for both these teams until it was settled down with the dunk, 24-15, under 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. And you'll settle for that shot all day long. During the first game, we mentioned this. A little more wide open league. You know, we know it's predicated with the guards. It's guard heavy, but there is a lot of wide open basketball, we'll just say. That three drops home. (24-15). That bucket doesn't count. 27-15 after one quarter. So that was a pretty fanatical pace in that first quarter. We'll get you some stats. Smith with 5, Stanford with 9 to lead New Force. As for Fully Feared, 13 for Robinson. 13 points, 5 of 9 from the floor, and he already has 4 rebounds. 7 rebounds already. So he's well on his way to a double-double. Free throws, both teams combined to get to the line 9 times, 6 of 9. And as far as three-point shots, I mentioned it's pretty wide open. New Force, 2 of 4 from the floor. Fully Feared, 3 of 8. All right, one quarter in the books. We'll come back for the second quarter of action again. This is Warrior League Thailand 2026 season, 10th annual tournament. Rich Quinones calling the action. Hope you guys are enjoying today's slate of games. After this one, we have 2 more. We already had a very impressive showing by the Titans to start things off. Up 19 over the Team Sun Devils, and they win it and skip it. 80. Catch and shoot one more time. Second quarter action. New Force. In those sharp unis, those orange, if you will, reddish uniforms. Really want to see the guards make a difference in this quarter for New Force because they can break down defenders. And as I say that, Smith, off balance shot, that doesn't drop. And a good follow through on the hustle. Coming back the other end, Fully Feared. And I'll stay with them, leading by 7, 27-20. And really for Fully Feared, Robinson's been the catalyst, been doing a lot of the offensive work with the big first quarter. Coming back the other end. I know it's an up and down type of pace. Sometimes, though, you want to go on that half court offense and you want to slow it down a little bit. It's an easy lay-in for Stanford. 6'3" guard from the U.S. He's a good player as well. Stretch the floor, foul line extend it. So again, here's an opportunity. You start slicing into the deficit as we saw in that first game. Now, no lead is safe. How about that ball handling? And a pretty bucket. I believe that was Smith. Contested three. That doesn't fall. Rebound. Off the mark. Fully feared. They've got up. They have numbers coming back. Yeah, I was about to just say, New Force, we haven't seen a lot of easy transitional buckets, and they just had one. Smith. Got to get the ball back in his hands. And Lee tried to get inside once they turned it over. 29-24. And both coaches right now have to be beside themselves. Oh, look out with the alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Flush it home. Gorgeous play in the court vision coming back by Fully Feared. Both coaches right now. Absolutely gorgeous. It's all about the court vision. We told you during the opening, this team is extremely athletic. And both coaches right now have to be beside themselves. Oh, look out with the alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Flush it home. Stanford back to the line. 1 of 2. 31-25. Excellent job by Fully Feared converging right there in the lane. Little smother and little spin move by the point guard Smith. Little out of control, tries to drop it off. Lucky to retain possession. 6:13 to go. Quarter number 2. Trailing by 6. Try to get it inside to Stanford. They can't. And that's Smith. Puts it on the floor. Goes right to the rack. Yeah, he's capable of scoring anywhere from 18 to 25. I mean, he can score in spurts. And he's got a really nice handle. Stanford, long kick out. Nice hustle play. Kept the play alive. Thomas did. Couldn't finish. Coffin corner 3. That doesn't fall. Another opportunity. Little showmanship. Fake behind going behind the back. Now Jailbreak coming back the other end and a bad turnover. So you had a nice little cushion if you were Fully Feared. Got a little too lackadaisical over the last several minutes, and New Force taking advantage of it. Trailing by 2, 31-29, 5:10 to go in this second quarter. And if you're just joining us, you see the athleticism of both these teams. They came out red hot, hitting their first 5 combined shots, and then a little mixed bag late in that first quarter, a couple turnovers, but here we sit under 5 to go in this second, 31-29. And the Frenchman wants it, picks up the dribble. Long 3, catch and shoot by Lee, count it. So that'll give them the lead, 32-31. Got an opportunity as well off the miss. Coast to coast. Can't finish in the second, 31-29. And a hustle play. And again, they can't finish. Too many opportunities around the rim that they can't finish. Long 3, catch and shoot by Lee. Count it in the second, 31-29. Burnett has it, gives it up. Six-footer rattles home. And that's off the turnover time. So Fully Feared regains lead 33-32. Under 4 to play in this second. Tried to go two-man game. You see how fast they get with the trailer and they get out on the fast break and an easy two-handed slam. But they converge, they swarm, they force a turnover, and they get right on the floor and they get running 34-32, fully feared back up by 2. And then coming back the other way, I believe that was Stanford. He's having himself a really strong first half of action. He might have to just take over this game. (35-34), fully feared up by 1, under 3 to play in this second quarter. Little handoff, thought about the 3. Off balance, off the glass. They're going to call it on the floor one more time. Stanford leading all scorers with 14 and Robinson with 13 for fully feared. Off the mark. Another opportunity. They got out in transitional defense. They did a good job. Stanford's going to get a breather. I suspect to see him maybe back in again prior to the half. 35-34, fully feared up by 1. 2:27 to go in the second quarter. I'd like to see a little more slow down offense, work the sets. Good decision, good take, and a good make. See the way the game is shaping up under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. If you're new for us, this is a smart play right here. Slow it down. You're going to be in a dogfight if you're going to try to get up and down the floor with fully feared and try to match them bucket for bucket. Long 3, my goodness. It's just tough to do because their athleticism and the way they get, see right there, and the way they get out so fast. A little miscommunication. And that's why you have to, at times, go to your half-court offense. You saw Johnson kind of beside himself on that pass. It's a 1-point lead, minute to go before the break. Cut it right down the lane one more time. Those are easy, uncontested layups, uncontested finishes. 39-36, fully feared up by 3, under 50 seconds to go. Acrobatic shot, count it. Got to count the basket. Smith pleading his case, and they turn it over. So, nonetheless, they'll have an opportunity to tie it up with a 3. Really like the athleticism of these guards. Burnett, Thomas, Smith, Lee. Good ball handlers. They're going to have a hand in this game in the second half. 20 seconds to go, fully feared up by 1, 39-38. Can't corral the rebound. Another long outlet pass. Oh, my goodness. Threading the needle right there. Coming back the other end. Little stutter step. That's definitely going to go the other way. That's a good take. And certainly the offensive charge. Fully feared will have an opportunity. I believe there's a couple seconds left in the second quarter. They're up by 1, 39-38. And that's how the half's going to end. So low scoring affair, but we saw that in the first game. 2 quarters in the books, halftime between Fully Feared and New Force. Fully Feared BC up by 1, 39-38. We'll give you some stats, and then we'll step aside. Johnson with 10, Robinson with 15. Fully Feared BC got to the line 4 times, 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Doing a good job as well. All additional buckets. They have 7 turnovers and 8 steals. And as far as
both coaches
New
right now have
Force,
to be beside
you've
themselves.
got
Oh,
Smith
look out with
with
the
11
alley-oop.
points,
Oh, my goodness.
Stanford with
Flush
14
it home.
points, Thomas with 2, Lee with 3.
Both coaches right now have to be
They're
beside
3 of
themselves.
15
Oh,
from
look out
beyond
with
the
the
arc,
alley-oop. Oh, my
and 5
goodness.
of 7 from the
Flush
line.
it home.
And they turn the ball over
Gorgeous
11
play
times.
second,
31-29. So at the break, Fully Feared
The
BC up
Frenchman wants it,
39,
picks up the
38
dribble.
over New Force.
Long three, catch and shoot by Lee. Count it.
The second, 31-29.
And the Frenchman wants it,
Take
picks
a
up
look
the
at some
dribble.
first half highlights.
Long
All right, we begin the third quarter. Fully Feared up by 139-38, but we've seen some highlight reel plays and dunks. And we've seen some really nice athleticism through 2 quarters. New Force in the red, Fully Feared in the yellow. We gave you the rundown of the scoring in the first half. Multiple players in double digits. And New Force will go to the line and they'll move right to left. can't convert, but they take the lead. They've got an opportunity now to push it 40-39. Little skip pass. And that's a strong move again off the glass. So Stanford kind of leading off where he left off in this third quarter. And a 3 rattles home, little fortuitous bounce, and we're knotted up at 42 apiece. 40 seconds in this third quarter. Two-man game. See if they get Stanford again down on the block. Let him create long 3 with the left hand. That doesn't fall. Tipped around. A lot of time to shoot, can't convert. Again, another hustle play and a good look inside and clean it up. Newforce snapping a little bit defensively, trailing by 2, 44-42. This second half, if you're a fan of Newforce, we talked a little bit about the guard play. Might have got away with a travel, which we'll get into in a moment. But the guards, because they are a guard-heavy team, you want to see them continue to try to break down these defenders, whether it's going to be Thompson, Smith, Burnett, Lee. Lee's knocked down a couple shots. These are players to watch. Especially in the second half. Lee's been quiet, but he'll distribute the basketball. He's got a couple assists. He's got a couple of rebounds. I'd like to see Logan get a little more involved as well for Newforce. Smith has 13 and Stanford has 16. So early stages, third quarter, 7:13 to go. Little catch and shoot. And again, just Johnny to the spot. A little more hustle right there. Nice step in. (44-42). Three ball drops home. So fully feared. Not a lot of success with the 3 early, but a good start in this third quarter. Up by 7. Good defense. They converged again. They got an opportunity for a jailbreak. They try to get a little cute. They'll drop it off. Thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, drives right to the 10, and that counts. That drops home. That was Johnson. (51-44). I would say if you're Newforce, you don't want to keep making it a track meet. But you'll settle for those missed opportunities and get right back down on the floor. Trailing by 7 right now. Clock continues to run, 5:22 to go in the third. Neither team has really consistently got to the line. It's been a more of a wide open type of game. Little ISO ball, a lot of 3-point shots. We're seeing, as I mentioned right there, in and out. they start to press a little more. You'll see that at times too. Want to be overly aggressive, try to get that turnover or that half-court violation. So it's a 7-point lead for Fully Feared, 51-44. This is game number 2 of 4 on this Sunday afternoon, which will turn into evening. Really tough shot, off balance and acrobatic. Robinson again. Wow. These guys know how to finish. There's your cutter. They turn it over one more time. There'll be another call on the floor. Robinson having himself a game. 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. I missed them both, but they cleaned it up on the glass. And the other end, drawing the contact and converting one more time. So it was sitting at a 10-point lead. Now it's down to 8. We said at the break, and we said after the first quarter, Stanford might have to take over in this game. And he knocks home the 3-point play. And he's creeping into plus 20 right now, sitting with 19 points, 56-48, 3:23 to go. Off balance shot, tough shot off the glass. Everything's dropping today. My goodness. Everything dropping for number 35. Doesn't matter where he's shooting it on the floor, it's going in. And they'll double, trying to harass the guards, and that's exactly what they do. Almost get that turnover, got to get across, and they do. Getting real sloppy right now. They'll swing it and kick it. They're going to say he touched the end line, I believe. So that's a tough turnover. It's the right call, but that's a tough turnover to deal with. I think they're going to get Johnson with that turnover. So 58-49. You can't allow that. You can't allow one man to just outwill you right there and just keep tapping it around and get that rebound and that loose ball. Robinson with 21 and add another rebound as well. So cruising towards a very solid, probably 30-plus point, 16, 17 rebound type of night. We got a whole quarter to go as he's sitting on 21 points. Coffin corner 3. Count it again. These guys are starting to light it up from beyond the arc. 61-49. Turnover and a jailbreak. Now you start to get in a little bit of the dicey part of the game right now because New Forest hasn't really found their rhythm or their rhyme. That offense, we pretty much know it's gone through 23. Stanford, but he needs a little help. And that's where the frustration comes in. Then you start to have some turnovers. They'll kick out one more time, little drop off pass. And I absolutely love the energy that Stanford is bringing. He's playing hard. These guards got to bail him out a little bit. 3 ball, tipped around. Looks like it'll stay with New Forest trailing 61-49, 23 seconds to go. By the way, Robinson, 24 points and 13 rebounds, having himself a game. Stanford thought about it. Crossover, step back, count it. Rattles in and drops. That's a tough bucket and a tough make. 10-point deficit right now. Final 6, 5, 4. Got to get going. They turn it over, and that's how the third quarter is going to come to an end. 23 has played exceptionally well for New Forest this evening. And then obviously for Fully Feared, the story of the game is number 35. Jordan Robinson has just, Big Euro, his nickname, played like a man possessed. He's had a lot of stops, well-traveled, SEPA pack, MVP caliber player, plays both ends of the floor. He finished off an amazing season, TEBA League, 32 points, 27 rebounds per game. That's unheard of. I don't care what level, that's unheard of. Right now, he's sitting at a solid double-double, 24 and 14, 3 quarters in. Let's take a look at some of the action after 3. All right, fourth quarter is among us. Fully Feared up 61-51. They've gone to the line just 11 times, 3 of 11, 6 of 27 from beyond the arc. New Force, 3 of 19 from three-point land, 6 of 9 from the floor. Smith, 13. Stanford, 21. Johnson, 12 for Fully Feared, and Robinson, 24, and the monster double-double. And looking to build upon it in this fourth quarter. New Force down 10. Just have not been able to really get anything consistently from the guards this afternoon, and they're going to need that in this fourth quarter. They just can't rely on one player, number 23. They're going to call it on the floor. Should count the bucket. So 61-51, under 9 to play in this fourth quarter. All right, now we're back to live action. 51. Spin move and a dandy. So just as I say that, 61-55, 7:27 to go. We'll reset it for you in a second once we get a stoppage of play. New Force trailing, fully feared, moving left to right. Third quarter was a little sloppy on both ends, but it's now 63-55. And if you're just tuning in, fully feared in the yellow and black, New Force in those sharp, we'll call them dark orange, red uniforms, trying to scratch and claw their way back into this contest. There's a moment, just to reset it for you. For New Force, Smith, Stanford, 13 and 21 respectively. The Frenchman, Bayak, with 10. Fully feared. My goodness. Robinson, 24 and 17, having himself an unbelievable week one of Warriors League Thailand 2026. But still, plenty of time, 6:36 to go. They'll pick up the dribble. 63-55. Nice move underneath, can't finish though. And again, a little loose change. That drops home. Lead back up to 10. New Force wants to try to get out and run. Nice look. And Smith made something happen with the no-look assist down below. They still trail by 8. You don't need the 3 right there. New Force now wants to get out and they want to run. So 4 quick points. And now this is a 5-point game. Full Force up 65-60, 5:48 to go in this fourth quarter. Well, that 3 finally settles things down. 68-60. Listen, these shooters have a lot of confidence. It's an understatement. Smith was looking for the foul. Might have been a late whistle. So substitution in play. 5:24 to go in this fourth quarter. Fully feared up 68-60. Catch and shoot. There's a clean look. Smith couldn't knock it down. Coming back the other end. Transitional bucket and an easy lay-in one more time. Lead back up to 10, double digits. And fully feared wants to slow it down a little bit, milk some clock, up 10 in the fourth quarter. Turnovers have just been backbreakers, especially in the second half of this game. New Force has 19 turnovers. And they trail by 10, went under 4.5 to play. Working hard one more time underneath and drawing the contact one more time. And just piling up the stats. Robinson thought about the three, pulls it back out. 357, puts it on the floor, explodes to the tin with the left hand, and draws a contact one more time. Deciding to just try to close things out on his own right now. 24 points, building upon that, 20 rebounds, 5 assists. Second attempt. Missed them both. They get the rebound. Gets another rebound and another bucket. You gotta be kidding me. His stat line is going to be absurd. 73-60 under 3 to play. Got another opportunity to build upon that with the jailbreak. Tipped around once more. 3. That doesn't fall. 236. So if New Force has any type of juice left, last gas got to happen right now. Down 12. They cut it to 10. Clock continues to wind down. An easy glide in for a bucket. Back up to 12. Smith trying to create, dishes off. Stanford, I believe, with the 2. He's had a really nice game. And a lot of what he did tonight won't show up in the box score. A lot of hustle plays. Just energy, playing both ends of the floor. And you can tell some of these players they're laboring a little bit. Got a player down at the other end of the floor with 10-point lead right now. 74, check that, 74-66, 133 to go. Stanford, very good game tonight. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 on the defensive end, 2 assists. Tried to create, basically keep his squad in this game. The other high scorer was Smith with 15 and 8 boards. But if you go back and you want another story, this one for Fully Feared BC, it was Robinson who was just outstanding. 26 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal, only turning it over twice in 32 minutes. And we've got a $1:33 to go. So last gas for New Force right now. Trailing 74-66 late in game number 2. Titans beat Sun Devils. They were up by 19, won at 87-80 in game number 1. And Fully Feared on their way to closing this one out. And a little exclamation point on the two-handed stuff. And then coming back the other end, but can't finish with the right hand. It's been that kind of night for New Force. Look out, alley-oop. Oh my goodness, coming back door. Gorgeous feed. And now it's showtime again with another alley-oop, back to back. That's the cherry on top. So it was within striking distance. And then we went a little old school on the blacktop. Little icing on the cake for Fully Feared. Look out! That would have been a highlight reel. And why not? We'll just easily lay it in. 84-68, final 5 seconds. Well, it'll be a 14-point deficit, but you saw it kind of get out of hand a little bit late. And the player of the game, pretty much you can write this in, Robinson, 28 points in 32 minutes, 12 of 25 from the floor, shot 48% from the floor, 24 rebounds. 24 rebounds. Just to put it in perspective, New Forest had a total of 52 rebounds. Smith, 19. Stanford, 23 for New Forest. They got to the line 12 times, 7 of 12. Three-point shooting was not there. Relied too much on the three-point ball.